Good morning. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. I know we're a little early, like 3 hours, but hey, you do things when things happen. See what I mean? So we are at Keifer Mazda in the service department, and we're going to show you. That's so cool. This is Ron Stewart. You guys know Ron. So he's at our networking group the other day saying we are now videotaping your car when you get it serviced, so you will know exactly what's going on. So I go, Ron, we got to do this. We got to show people what this is. So this is, it's free to your customers, but it's not cheap. This is like a program that it costs a little money.
So we're doing the program because, you know, one of the things that I think is really important is building trust and value and a relationship with our customers. And what better way to do it than to show our customers everything that we do. You know, you go to a shop and they're like, hey, it's time for brakes, and you hope you've built a relationship with the customer and the shop's built a relationship that you trust that person's decision. Well, now we're just going that one extra step and trying to you know,
it makes it so I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
so I can go online and see, you say I need new tires, I can go online and see why I have to have new tires. Or if I'm looking at my brakes, it's not just me trusting you that my brakes need fixed. I can look at the video and see exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, we have developed a pretty good relationship with most of our customers where we generally can just have a conversation. Like I pretty much can tell Rick, hey Rick, you need tires, and he's probably just going to do it because he's
not going to lie to me.
Yeah, I've developed a relationship with him. But this is just an element, you know, I don't know about you, but before I started working in the car business, I didn't know what the underneath of my vehicle looked like. Now there's all these extra elements that I can provide to you. So if you bring your vehicle to me, I can show you what the underneath your car looks like. Hello, Lindsay, how are you? It'll literally show. So this is our one of our service technicians. He's got
Brian.
His name's Brian.
Give him a little wave, Brian.
He's going to do a little demonstration. Basically what we do is we do an inspection of your vehicle. We video it at the same time. This video is going to get sent to you as a customer, and you can review it whenever you want. We may just say, hey, your car's perfect and you don't need anything. Now you have a video to see. You get a chance to see what your tires look like underneath your car. You can see what your fluids look like. I mean, it's just another way to give you value. And why come to anybody else but Kiefer Mazda for service?
So Brian, show me what you do.
Well, I set up an RO number. This one is with your name on it. And it's going to go, I'm going to send it to Ron. He'll probably send it to you after I'm done.
Okay.
But as of right now, I'm just going to start recording and showing the customer what I found underneath the hood.
So you go ahead and do your thing. So you're recording everything you do so people can see it.
Yes. Hi, my name is Brian. I'm doing the service on your vehicle today. You brought it in because you have a TPMS light on. We'll be checking the tire pressures shortly, but I wanted to go through and show you what else we have found. Upon arrival, your oil was full on arrival. Your transmission fluid looked good when I checked it. That's your brake fluid. It's nice and clear. You have, looks to be some sort of a critter that maybe is getting up in here and chewing up things for you. And also, I'm not sure if you can see it, but your serpentine belt is pretty badly cracked. I would recommend replacing that. Your engine air filter looked good and your cabin air filter looked good.
That is so cool. I mean,
so think about that now. So as a consumer, you may good. Why not? Now we have this opportunity to show you without having you get in there and do the dirty work. It's what you pay us to do anyways. I mean, you're paying us to do an inspection of your vehicle. You're trusting us that we're going to make sure that your car's safe on the road. And now we're just going to show you what we do. Every time
through video, you can. So you're telling her that you might have a critter in your car.
Yeah, she may not have known.
And because I wouldn't have known that's what that was. And so then it gives her one other piece of piece of information that says this is what might be going on in your car, and that this belt is here. You don't have to replace it now, but you might want to in the future. And she can look and see, oh yeah, there's some cracking in there. I get that.
See, prior to video, we would have said, hey, it looks like there might be some critter in your car. Prior to the video, we would say, hey, it looks like, you know, your belt's in the yellow. It might be time to think about putting a new belt on. Now you're going to get, we're going to back that with some data that's even better, which is nothing's better than seeing.
So is that kind of why you do this too? Because with a lot of folks with a service department, when it's with a dealership, they're thinking, oh, I don't know, I'm going to pay more and all this kind of stuff, and you really don't. I mean, and this is just one more way of building that trust with people so they understand.
I think it's not just dealerships in general, but you know, people rely on, I mean, unfortunately, there's just a lot of shady businesses in the world and that just aren't honest, and this is us just wanting to prove that we don't have any desire to be dishonest with you. We want you to feel confident when you bring your vehicle in that you're getting what you're paying for, you're getting what you're asking, and we're not selling you the
doing
win.
more than needs to be done.
We're selling you what you need. So.
Because your whole thing is trying to get people in here to come in on a regular basis. And
I want to build a relationship with my customers where there's no question in their mind when they do something that's what should have been done. I mean,
how many people are doing this? Because, okay, guys, for you that just tuned in, so Kiefer Mazda, what they're doing in the service department is that now they videotape everything, the whole inspection of your car, so you can see, if they say a timing belt is cracking, you'll see the crack in the timing belt. If they say there's a little animal, look at this. She's some critter living in here. And so you come in and they can say you probably have a creature that's living in there. You might want to, and give you some recommendations.
You can go down
on
here.
what to
If you
do.
look down in here,
Yeah, see that?
And it doesn't mean that it's living there. Maybe it's taking this stuff and going back to its nest. It just means something's going in here and chewing on stuff. And unfortunately, that can get expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, up underneath this component right here is actually your injectors, and your injectors have wires. And sadly to say, that's where the rodents tend to find their
Is this the time of year when they do that? They're coming in for the winter?
For some reason, it's becoming more and more. But definitely when the weather starts to get cooler, it's put your hand on that. It's about perfect temperature for someone to hang out and get warm.
Yeah. So some little creature's going to go in
So they
there
get
like
home
that.
at night, they park their car outside or in their garage, and they may not know it, but they got a critter that knows that you're going to be there. And it may hang out in your car. Actually, we've seen them where they're living in the car, literally.
So do you do this on every car?
Every car. So this.
Because this woman, she was talking to me outside. I know her. She came in and she said, she was having a light come on, and so just a simple light coming on, she brings it into you guys, and now you can tell her, you've created an animal apartment house.
Yeah. So and I don't want to pick on this car, but I mean it may not be doing any more damage than what we see right here, and and it's probably not, but.
I live in the country. My wife has a rat that crawls around.
Yeah,
we have.
It. Well, we've had customers come in and their car's running like has a check engine light, it's running horrible, and they're like, "What's going on? My car's..." And then we get it in, and sure enough, there's a rodent that's chewed on a fuel injector wire, or wiring harness that's to the PCM. I mean, there's so many things that people don't think about, and that's our job. You pay us for our knowledge, and our knowledge is to do what we can to make sure your car is going to get you to work and to home safely and soundly, and we try to use the best crystal ball we have, which is our knowledge, to determine whether you're going to get there or not. And this kind of stuff may mean nothing, but it could mean something. It's next week, that critter that's hanging out in here could decide to chew on a wire. Now that we've made this customer aware that there might be something hanging out in their engine compartment, there's some things she can do. Which, by the way, I don't know if you remember, we made a video a while back we did a Facebook Live a while back, and you can use Irish Spring soap. It's not bulletproof, but put a box of Irish Spring soap in your engine compartment, and it is a deterrent. It doesn't guarantee that they're not going to hang out, but it does help.
I did that with deer, and it worked for 1 year. The second year, they started.
I think they get immune to it, or maybe eventually they smart.
Maybe I like that smell or something.
Yeah,
but for 1 year, you could put Irish Spring in there, and that would help.
I mean, even if it doesn't help forever, it could get them to find another car down the street that they like more.
Michelle Vargas laughing at you.
Thank you for laughing. Hello.
Even they find it funny, Michelle, but it works. It's an Irish Spring. Okay, Ron. So Kiefer Mazda, service department, new technology, bringing video, the same thing we're doing here, but they're doing it now for you, so you can see how that works.
And now what's going to happen is this video is going to get uploaded. It's going to go to our service writer, and our service writers can send it to the technician, to the customer, via text and email. It'll go to both if we have your phone number and your email. Obviously, you can opt out if you don't want it to be text. Some people don't want to have that data charge or whatever. There might be expense behind. And they can just view it by their email, or if they don't have either, they can walk in, we can show it to them, but the video can go to them. It stays in our database forever. It'll be there forever. So if they ever have a question down the road on something, like maybe, a lot of times we'll get one of the partners will bring their vehicle in and they'll decide to do a bunch of work to their vehicle. The other partner's not aware of it, and the other partner's like, well, wait a minute. Why would he have done that? Or why did they do that? They just told you something you shouldn't have done. Well, we can go back and show our, both parties. We can show them, or they can, now that they're going to have the video. Well, look, this is why they told me to get tires. Look at the tires. And because a lot of times a tire looks great from the outside. I mean, trust me,
but one thing
we're in the car business where even our sales department will take a look at a car that they're taking to trade, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that car is perfect. And then when you get it up in there, it's amazing what things you don't see on the ground that you can see above the ground. Like the inside of the tire maybe wore out really bad.
And what I'll tell you is, just from bringing my car here, Ron.
No charge for an inspection. So we do free inspections, Michelle, right? Is that
right, Michelle? And Michelle, also, if you guys are looking at a new car or a used car and you want somebody to just look it over, Ron, they'll do that for you.
Yeah, so bring it in, just say, hey, Ron,
No
I
charge.
heard that you can do an inspection on our vehicle. There's a lot of things that we can do to help consumers
Feel better
about whether they're purchasing or the purchase they have. And, of course, I've been in the car business for a long time. I don't want to say how many years because it'll make me look like I'm older than I am. But because I'm almost as old as this guy. No, he's really old. I'm not.
I'm way older.
Anyways, long story short, I have some great knowledge. I can even tell if cars have been painted on when you don't even know that.
And here's the other thing about, I'm not just bragging you up, because Ron's also my friend. He's a client, but he's also my friend. Ron will also look at he'll look at your tires and he'll go, okay, Rick, by the end of the summer. So it's not like you need new tires now. I've been to places where it's like, get new tires now. And he'll go, no, you probably got till the end of the summer, but you got to start thinking about that. So I can start planning and knowing what I got coming up. And then Jose, who's my personal mechanic here, he looks at my...
He's not here.
He's not here today, but he always looks at my car and he can tell me like, Rick, 249,000 miles, we need to start looking for a car. But you get that kind of thing here. So, and that's what I appreciate about you, and that's why he's one of our clients. So Kiefer Mazda, if you need a car inspected, when you bring it in, they will videotape it. You can look at it so you can see for yourself if those things are really what they said they were. And
and if you got a second, I can show you guys what basically it looks like on the service writers.
Where is it?
I'll show you. We wanted to just do a
so
quick
real
shout
quick.
out for someone.
So you're going to go do that. So okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron.
So Albert, come over this way. So you guys, one of the things Ron likes to do with this show is share it, because that's kind of how he is. So this is Albert Roy. Some of you may know him from Torah Talk with me, but Albert is with the Eugene School of Karate. And one of the things I put on this thing is, when I was teasing it, you might have seen it, are your kids needing discipline and motivation? And that's really, yes, it's martial arts. Yes, he goes through the black belt. He knows what he's doing in terms of that, but this is way more than martial arts.
Absolutely. So what kids always see is they see the cool moves. They want to kick and punch and do all the things they see in movies. But the real benefit to martial arts is that it changes kids' lives. We work on things like positive mental attitudes, setting high standards, things that are involved in character development. And this is one of the things, and I'm not paid to say this is one of the things I like about Ron, is I came in and got my car fixed this last week, and I'm not a mechanic at all. I don't know anything about a car, right? And he gave me a quote on the car. When we got done, it came in less than the quote. He did more than he told me he was gonna do. And I walked out feeling wonderful about that relationship. And he sets high standards like no one I know. And that's the sign of a martial artist. That's what I do for kids, absolutely.
So how would they, so these kids are gonna get, when you bring kids in, and we have a lot of people we know that have taken their kids to you, they're just not getting that in culture a lot today.
Yeah, well, America used to be a country of farms. Kids would get up at 5 o'clock and go get the eggs and stuff like that. We don't do that today. We sleep in. We're lazy today. So I teach the kids how to bring discipline into their lives, because discipline equals freedom in life. Whatever you want, if you want more freedom in your life, it means you have to institute more discipline in your life. And so that's what I teach kids how to do, how to have discipline in their lives.
So how do people get a hold of you?
You can go to our website, eugeneschoolofkarate.com, or you can call me on the phone, 541-543-4166, and be happy to talk to you about how we can help your kids.
That's kind of heresy the way you're talking. Is like if you want more freedom in your life, then you have to have more discipline, because that's really not very culturally acceptable.
He brought
right
that up
now.
yesterday
You brought
in our
that
group,
up, yeah,
and it really, I don't know if he realizes sometimes his words are so impactful. I left that meeting thinking, God, you're so right. I mean, we don't really think about it, because generally when you've been instilled upon your life, like I grew up with some really good discipline in my life, and it's true. You can't run a business without discipline. You can't be healthy with, if you get up in the morning and you don't have discipline, to be healthy, you're not going to be healthy.
Right. This is what you've done, right?
Yeah. Like Rick's
you
a
don't
prime
have-
example. If every day you see his video posts of him doing something amazing to keep himself in the beautiful health is all discipline, because it doesn't just happen. You don't wake up in the morning and instantly going to go, but I'm going to do these things without discipline.
Right, and the thing that Albert's saying is that you will have the freedom because I discipline myself with my workout. I have the freedom to eat different things. I have the freedom to do other things that I want. If I have discipline in my business, that means my business isn't running me. I'm running my business, and that gives me freedom to run my business. In your relationships, if you have discipline in how you treat the people around you, you have more freedom to interact with them, and you get more leeway, I think. You know?
Absolutely.
So,
or if you discipline yourself to bring your car in every quarter and have it checked out,
You won't be on the side of the road as often,
you'll be experiencing more freedom in your life,
because
right?
you're not sitting there waiting for a tow truck
It
driver.
applies all the way around.
all right. So if you have kids that are just not connecting, or you just would like to have them, a little more responsive that way, call Albert, because a lot of our friends have taken their kids to him and now they're pretty happy.
You get good results, right?
And he's not in just one location, so I know that if he didn't mention this, he's got several locations, so it can be
Right.
convenient for the families.
North
to get,
Eugene, South Eugene, center of Eugene.
So he's all over the place. All right, Ron, show me how this.
All right, yeah,
so
let's
you guys,
go in and check the
Thanks,
video.
Albert.
You bet. See you guys.
So you guys, we were showing you the video and how that works. So now we're going to go show you how it comes up on the screen here. When you go into his little office here. So
It's a little
that
hole in the wall, I apologize.
so that video.
So this is the screen that populates it. All of our service writers get a little, gets a little thing up here. I'll give a shout out to True Videos, the company that does this. If anyone's interested, I'd be happy to spread that love. So it shows, hey, I got a video for view. So I can go to this video. Oops, we'll go back here. And we'll just click on it. This is the video that we would just saw.
Yeah.
And this now is available. Obviously, we can review it here. And it's you guys already saw this. It's a great little video. We can add notes. I can say, hey, looks like you might have a critter. Here's some suggestions, recommendations, and then I can hit save and send the video.
So it gives me as a customer a little more control over what I'm doing, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just say you're in a hurry. I mean, how many times have you had to go to the car shop or service departments and you just only have time to drop the keys off? And we do give you rides, by the way. Us give you a ride to work, which is free, by the way. If you ever need a quick, convenient place, you can bring a vehicle, and we have loaner vehicles if they're available. We also have shuttle car. We can give you a ride to and from. We're actually looking at maybe even investing into doing Uber, so we could just Uber you a ride, and
That's
we'll
a
pay
great
for
idea.
it. We'll pay for it. Or what's the other one? Uber and
Lyft.
Lyft. Anyway, so those are some things that we're just trying to do. We want. I mean, we grow. We like if you're not growing, you're not living, right? So we want to be with the world, and why not take advantage of all these great technologies like videoing and Uber and Lyft and all these guys? But those are available to our customers, and we don't charge them because, again, our goal is to build a relationship for you guys that is instilled with trust and friendships and all the things. I mean, that's always been my goal since the day I started working here. So long story short, we'll send the video to you. You can review it when it's convenient for you. You may not have time. We'll send it to you email as well as text. And you can look back at it anytime. If you've ever had an issue where something you question has happened in your vehicle, we could go back and pull that video from they hold on to this information. That's another part of the expense is they load it on a database for them. They save it so it's available anytime. I can review this video 2 years from now.
So it gives, and then I think for me, like I go home and I say to my wife, Ron says we need new tires, and I got a video to show you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people have been in this situation, but I've had people call me and say, hey, my partner was in, and you guys had mentioned that they needed tires, and I swear I looked at them, I thought they were perfect. I'm questioning that the judgment. I can pull the video up, show you the video of the tires. I mean, because like I said, a lot of times you don't see everything on the floor of a car, on the car. So,
Right. Ronnie, thank you.
thank you guys.
All right, so you guys, again, that's New technology arrives that'll give you just even more security as to what you're doing. That's it for now for us. We will be back tomorrow.
And again, it's 100% free.
Yeah,
we don't. You can bring it in and just say, "Hey, I just want to have a quick inspection on my vehicle. I want to get that video." If you're looking at selling the car, why not? I mean, it might be a cool idea to help sell the car. You can show the people underneath your car.
We'll have to do that with mine when I finally get
Yeah,
my car.
yeah. I mean, like Rick's working on getting a new car. He's going to be selling his old car. We'll video it. He's got some more firepower to help sell that vehicle. So.
All right, Ron. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, so we will be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock special time. We're going to be at Churchill High School talking to a young man about the Out of the Darkness walk to prevent suicide. And then on Friday, I can't even remember what we're doing, but we've got shows all week long. So I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Have a good day, you guys. Share this on your page with people you know. All right, thanks.